Welcome to our local non-league, and of course joining me as normal is the living legend himself, Mr. Andy Leese. And Andy, I mean, you've got to be happy with that one.
Yeah, delighted, Dave. Yeah, couldn't see where a goal was going to come from, really. Probably for either side, if I'm honest. We'd kind of played all our cards and changed. Got 3 players on there, 3 subs on to try and do something. And to be honest, I think we were just sort of hoping maybe a set piece. Something had fall for us, couldn't find a way through their centre-back pairing, couldn't really find a way through their full-backs, although when we did, we didn't take the opportunity, especially down their left side, our right side. So absolutely delighted, yeah. Last thing I expected was to sign a centre-half who's now got 2 and 3, so...
Do like 100% home record as well, 2 goals in 2 home games.
He scored last Saturday, but what a finish! Unbelievable,
incredible finish.
Unbelievable to have the sort of thought of mind and composure to take it down and bend it in like that is nothing short of incredible.
And it was certainly, as I said, up there we were saying on 1 goal was going to win it, but as you say. No wonder they got it as Jake Cass as on the tunnel. Because they see Jake Cass who scored, but because I had to remind him it was Lewis. But that was more to the fact of the finish, because you would expect the striker to finish not the centre half.
Yeah. No, I felt for Cass a bit today. He was well marshalled. Craig Stone. There was a proper fight up there today for him, but he didn't really get a lot of joy. And the one he turned away at the end, he didn't get one right, and then I think he made the wrong decision and could have put Marcus in and ended up putting, I think, Raynell in or Lewis Taff. So tough afternoon for Cass, and he's having to carry a lot of burden at the moment. We've had Marcus out of the squad and Cunnington not fit, so carrying a lot of burden for us.
I said the other player that impressed me today as well was new signing Antonio. I thought he was brilliant today.
Yeah, got to remember with Hamilton, he hasn't really played a lot of football in the last probably 5 or 6 weeks, so we tried to get him through the other night, and then he trained as well, so just being a bit conscious there. Ironically, when I came to bring him off, I thought he was having his best spell, but I could just sense he wasn't going to keep making those kind of forward runs, and we needed to be certain in the middle of the park today, because they were very decent in there. I thought their captain Dixon was excellent. But pleased with Hamilton. He's done well.
And it was one of those things as well, when I suppose it was like their game seemed to change a little bit as well when they brought on their 2 substitutes, Chindy McKenzie and the 18 as well. Brought them 2 on, and all of a sudden when Chindy had a great chance hitting the post and one just passed them as well. And it seemed to just change the whole attacking prospect from them.
Yeah, can't forget that today. They did have, but I think we're playing a top side. I mean, they were missing a couple of players with Hassler and Breffo, which was probably a bonus, but they're a well-drilled, well-organised outfit. I think they'll be having a say at the top of the table. And yes, you're right. They made the changes. The winger, the wide player came on to the 18. I thought he livened up proceedings, and then Chinny certainly did, didn't he, when he came on? And he's hit the inside of the post, beating Macca, and Lewis Knight was there, to be fair, to clear it away, because that could have dropped to anybody. But can't forget they've had their share of chances, but a game of probably few clear-cut chances, to be fair, Dave, which pleased me, because we defended really well today as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we set up top on the commentary. The defence was solid today, and Juve Spencer, of course, was given the man of the match by the
was he? I didn't know
today.
So we thought they'd come at us from their full-back areas, because they get quite high with Elliott and Penn, but they didn't particularly today. We thought our full-backs therefore would have the hands full today. I mean, they targeted playing out on the right side, so Joe Payne's side first half, and I thought he did okay. I thought Joe had a really good second half and dealt with that, but Jaff did as well. I don't think he really put a foot wrong. He probably misjudged a couple that were going up. They thought were going off the pitch, but his recovery, when he does that, he recovers so quick, he recovers really well. So, defensively, as a unit, Scott Thomas sitting in front, I thought we were excellent today.
I mean, he boxed me today because he's taken his beard off, hasn't he?
But he's trimmed it down, it's his 100th appearance, isn't it, today? So, it's his 100 games today, so I think he's probably thinking the cameras were in, he better smarten up, and I don't know if he's taken off the bird's nest on top of his head, but he's certainly trimmed the beard down. But I thought he had an excellent game as well. You know, he's in right place, right time, all the time today again. Yeah, really pleased with Scotty. Yeah, could just do with his statistics improving in terms of goals scored, but he's not there for that. So.
I mean, the two things I've got to ask you. I mean, one, we found somebody who can throw a ball further than Joe Payne. I mean, their throw-ins were unbelievable.
Yes, yeah. I think Joe's got a bit. I remember Joe's throws being flatter and pacier than he's been doing today. So, but yeah, their throws were fantastic. We had to defend those really well today. And we did. A couple dropped and could have gone anywhere, didn't they? But we were on it. Maka was on one second half as well. So pleased with the way we stood up to that, and we can now with the defensive sort of shape that we've got.
It's like a Rory the laptop throw, wasn't it? You know, it's causing panic every time it came in there.
Yeah.
And of course, the other thing, the challenge on Hercules right close to the end.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in the referee today. I think he blew the whistle for every little foul in the first half. Certainly in the first 15 minutes, and I said to the assistant, he set a precedent now. He's having to give everything. And I felt even the second half then, the assistant said he'd had a word with him, but I didn't think he had anywhere to go. Everything was a foul. And I know we broke with him, but I think he was in a poor position. He was sort of running at an angle. I don't think he saw what we saw. But, you know, the keeper's leapt, and no intention of, well, he might say he intended to play the ball, but he clearly intended to take the man out as well. So, I thought we still could have scored because it dropped to Lewis Taff, and thought Taff was going to clip it over everybody and, you know, open goal as it were, but he didn't quite connect properly. So I think that could have been a lot worse for the keeper than.
We summed it up exactly the same as you did on commentary. Exactly the same. Exactly the same. And you know, exactly almost spot on for what you said. To be really honest with that. But it was almost like at the end, I wondered if Hercules was when I was going to look round and see if he could go back out and just find half his teeth.
It looked like he caught him, didn't he? Certainly poleaxed him, didn't he? You know, because he'd outpaced him, hadn't he? I think the ref was in the wrong position. I was running. I suppose you'll say, well, they do run the diagonals, don't they? But I thought he seemed as though he was running away from the challenge. If you look where, I don't know, have to see.
We said it was a bit like what you just said there. We felt like all the little fouls he was pulling up, but all the bigger fouls were being let go.
Well, Cass had his shirt pulled continually today.
We saw that too,
and he was up in the air, and they were pulling him. Every time it looked like he was falling and not getting on it. And okay, it was a good battle, him and Craig Stone and I think Black was at the other centre half. But you know, there was a lot of fouls in there. There was some blatant ones first half. They say letting those go, and then the slightest little connection between two players coming together. He was blowing up, you know. So.
Well, we have to be fair to say both ways as well.
Yes, both ways.
Both ways. It wasn't just for us, you know, against us. So both ways, but all in all, great victory, and that's got to really lift the spirits in the camp. We've you know, beat a side of top quality in Hastings, and in a really tight game to finish it with a fantastic goal. But also, it's got to give massive confidence going into, you know, to the Felixstowe game coming up during the week.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, it's been a good week's work, you know, with the Herne Bay game, Uxbridge, and then today we trained really well. It was reminiscent of last season today, you know, with our desire to defend, you know, happy defending and putting our bodies in the way. Lots of times did that today, and then we continued that desire to want to score. You know, I sound making it a bit simplistic, but that's how it felt today. We had lots of games like that last season. So yeah, it takes us into Tuesday, which will be like a league game against Felixstowe. Tough opposition, bit of a distance to travel, but we should have, you know, one or two back to kind of full health. I know Marcus will benefit from that. Obviously, with signing Anthony Wordsworth as well to come into the squad. I don't think Kunz will make it. He's probably another week away. But yeah, so we might have to just juggle it round and maybe rest one or two. But we'll be strong on Tuesday. But yeah, that gives us every confidence today.
I've been told by Kunz not to keep you too long because you own a beer, so I better let you go.
Well, allegedly, yeah. It was if Birmingham beat Stoke, I buy beers for 2 or 3 of them. If Stoke beat Birmingham, they buy me the beers. So I've got to back. I mean, it's my, you know, it's the only club I support, so I have to back them. But they've let me down. I think 2-1, haven't they? So yes, I'll have to dip my hand in my pocket and look after them. They drink Guinness for fun, though. Those lots, so it could be a long night.
Listen, Andy, thanks, well done today, and on to Tuesday night.
Cheers, Dave. Yeah.
Time.
Speak soon.